Warning.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio. 7 Mile Radio.
Yeah.
Warning.
Y'all know what time it is, man. Let's go in. Hey, this is Face the Music, where we take the music, break it down, turn around a different take on the music. We gon' clown, bound, to act the fool, something stupid. So happy, Charlie Trouble, this how we do it.
Yeah.
It's the dirty old uncle again.
You know, that's worse to me. Never mind.
Welcome, America.
Fuck both of y'all. America, welcome to Face the Music. The show where we take your favorite song lyrics,
Then what we do?
break them shits down,
Then what we do?
back in your motherfucking face.
How you doing?
And make you face the music. I'm your host, Willie Soso, and I got my PNC with me.
It's your girl, Miss Happy. You already know.
And we have no idea where the children are.
Yes, the youngins have decided to not show
None.
up.
We don't know.
Mr. Moral Support, yo, right back at you.
What up, though?
I
Mr.
don't-
Moral
Why didn't Mr. Moral Support come? I thought he was like a part of the cast now. Shit, he comes
Hey,
through like he's like a part of.
You
Where
know
you
what?
at?
Yeah,
Where you at,
know.
dog?
We might have to revisit that idea.
Look, hey, he come. He's always welcome.
He's moral support,
He's moral support.
Mister.
So we see him in the comments on YouTube. Where you at? What's up, everybody? Tune in on Facebook. We see those eyeballs over there.
Yay.
What
What up, though, everybody?
up?
Mr. Mark, what's happening? Nope. Let me address you by your correct name.
Oh shit! It was
Oh, Lord.
Black Mark.
Black Mark.
Black Mark?
The Black
I'm
Mark.
good. I'm good, man. I'm fine. I'm
Everything.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Same old.
Fair enough.
Yes, they are missing Mr. Moral Support. We don't know where Charlie or Trouble is today.
I have a feeling they're going to pop up in the comments.
I have a feeling
Trouble
Trouble might
pop
pop
up
up
in the
in
Got a
here.
feeling.
He might come in here just stumping down the steps.
Right. Nah, what he's doing, don't know. But we
Right.
will carry on in their stead.
He's up to some shenanigans. I have a feeling.
In trouble, I'm sure. And Charlie Ray is Charlie Rayin, I'm sure.
Hoochie.
Hoochie Rayin.
I think she has turned over a new leaf.
What nigga was underneath?
Oh,
Well, what nigga's name leave?
Right, exactly.
shout out Black Mark.
So it's Thanksgiving is done.
Thanksgiving is.
How was everybody's
done.
Thanksgiving?
I'm giving thanks that it's done, man. Holidays be draining. It's like,
It does.
You know what, man?
and we do a lot of wasteful cooking and shit. Like
True
we probably
shit.
throw a lot of a lot of food away.
Shit.
That nobody's gonna eat. You know, we do a lot of extra wasteful. Just a lot of just. It's just a gluttonous holiday, man.
And
There's really no
gain
purpose
empty
for it.
calories. That's what the fuck I
nothing.
did. For nothing. I ate more shit than
I didn't pick
needed
out
to.
this year.
I did.
I didn't pick out this year, but I did eat good, and yeah, I enjoyed myself and my family. What's up, Ballroom Dre?
I really only try to eat till like my hunger pain is gone. I don't want to stuff myself.
No, I know. I hate that feeling now.
Because it's like going straight to bed. I be having too much stuff to do. As you eat like that, then you're tired. You got to go straight to bed after
you
that.
gotta go night night.
Here's what happened for me though. I get your point and I agree with it, but what happened for me this year versus like going to this family member house, that family member house where everybody cooking and everybody there, I did not do a damn thing.
So you cooked?
Well, I went to my mom's
What's up, Mom, dude?
and sat there. She cooked everything. And I sat there and I ate everything.
Typical man.
I mean, but because I wasn't moving around, I just ate and ate and ate and ate and ate, and it was so damn good. Shout out, moms. It was so
can
good.
cook.
It was so good. And I watch football.
Of course.
To update America, Happy and I have a bet. Mm-hmm. The bet is that the Lions won't win more than 5 games for the season. And on Thanksgiving, they lost by a very narrow margin, which means they are at 4-7, which puts Happy on the upside of the bet for now. They still have 6 games to go. I'm going to win this bet.
You said that they will win 5 games?
Yeah.
They won't win no more
She
than
said
5.
they won't win any more than 5 games for the season.
Well, Mr. Detroit from the Detroit Stand Up Podcast, which I'm sure you're a big fan of, he bet some people at his job, I believe, he bet 5 people $100 that they won't win 10 games for the season.
What dummies took that bet? That is the dummy bet of life. Basically, what that means, if they have to win the rest of their games in order to get
This
to
was
10.
at the beginning of the season. So,
And again, at the beginning of the season, what dummies
Are
took
they
that?
still Lions?
Where does Mr. Detroit
still
work?
the
I
Lions.
need to go and apply so that I can bet these motherfuckers.
That
Even
is so
I, a
funny.
staunch Lions fan, know that shit wasn't happening this
10
year.
games? Yeah, nah.
Not this year. My prediction was 9-8, and that was on a hopeful side. 10 games.
Well, I hope his bet goes better than Mr. Moral Support in the comments talking about finding Charlie. She said she'd been missing so long. He put her on the back of a milk carton and said that he's going to put together a search party. Ballroom Dre, Legacy Flavors, and him, they're all going to help.
Ask Ballroom Dre if he put a GPS signal in that damn clock
that
that he
clock?
bought. Find out where she's at.
Right.
Anyway, anything else new going on in the world that we need to talk about before we get into this topic? Anything that you all know of?
New in the world. I'm quite sure it is. I've had one heck of a week and it's only Tuesday. So I can't remember.
Okay. I got something that I want to
Can't remember.
address real quick, and it's only because somehow or another this motherfucker makes it into every other show that we do.
R. Kelly.
What the heck? Okay, one of them make it in one, and then one of them make it in the other. So every other show.
Yeah.
But no, this one is about R. Kelly. Where the hell are these idiots getting this information talking about he got out of jail? Have you all seen this shit?
I
Yeah,
did.
man,
see
people
that.
are so gullible on the internet, and they just so believe in anything that they see without doing research or understanding.
Dog, you don't
this
even
is-
have to do research.
To
I mean,
know.
Google is free.
Yeah,
It's-
that's what I'm saying. Without even doing that, and it's like these videos are old, and you don't realize that these are the same videos that they're just regurgitating from past situations, and trying to, people just want to post something to, get views or whatnot.
And
go
not
viral.
only that, for real, if R. Kelly were to get out of jail for whatever reason, let alone the fact that he was found guilty and sentenced to 30 years, but if for whatever reason he was that shit would like break the internet right now.
It would break the TV. And
Yeah.
it would be all over
Yeah.
TV. It wouldn't just be a
Right.
video.
It wouldn't be
Exactly.
floating
around.
Right.
America, listen, Google is free.
I can't hear me.
Google is free. Whatever meme, whatever video you see, if it is something that is in question,
It's fake.
just Google it and debunk whatever rumor it is that you've heard or seen on TikTok or wherever the hell you've seen it at. Don't be an idiot your whole life, please.
Oh, not your whole life. We've been pretty harsh these past couple of weeks.
Bro, you just don't know how many people I've seen posting this shit.
Yeah, I see
And
that.
I'm like,
I've seen it, but I didn't pay attention to it. I just kind of.
I'm like, come on, man. I mean, because for me, if I see something on the internet, especially something as sensational as this, my first instinct is to go to a credible news source, find out if or if not it is true. Not only can you not find out if or if not this shit is true, You can't find it. You know why?
Because it's not true.
Exactly.
But you know what? It's so funny how the social media culture is. We've gotten a lot better from what, like 5-10 years ago.
I don't
Before,
think so.
no, I think so. I think people like you. There's more people like you that go out and search the legitimacy of a post in comparison to those who just share it out of ignorance. Initially, a lot of us was just sharing stuff like, oh, wow, this is interesting.
Okay, that's fair. Because you know what? I was one of those American idiots. Literally.
I was too. That's why I said a lot of us did it.
Okay, so in that regard, yeah, I guess, okay, we've gotten better. Fair enough. Fair enough. But you know what? This falls under the I don't give a fuck files. Let's move on to what we came here to do. Let's get down to business.
Down and dirty.
Although, I guess that and the topic for today sort of kind of relative slightly to each other, because a lot of where the debates for relationships and, you know, conflicts and competition between men and women, they get hashed out on social media. Last week we had the whole what is your net worth thing. The battleground for that, definitely social media.
Before we put a whole pin in this, I just want to give Legacy Flavors and Mr. Moral Support the boo-boo face, because Mr. Moral Support has hashtag free Robert Kelly, and Legacy Flavors.
You read my mind.
Rob ain't did nothing to nobody. Tell him, Dre, is what he said. And Ballroom Dre, please don't jump into this debate. Just
Ballroom Dre, I know you just heard me say don't be an idiot all your life.
Yeah.
You usually be on point, brother. Don't do this to yourself.
Walk away slowly.
Don't do this to yourself.
Like that Bart, not Bart, but Homer Simpson meme when he just
just fade into the bushes.
Fade away.
Right. Let's get off into the topic before this shit takes on legs. This week we're talking about, or the topic is, if you think you're lonely now. And the reason that we bring this up is because via social media, it's come to my attention that a lot of people, men and women, they walk around and they say things and create this air, this false bravado that they don't need each other.
Bravado.
Yeah. You know, you hear a lot of women saying shit like, I catch flights, not feelings. I mean, you hear guys, I mean, these hoes ain't loyal has become a whole anthem and life mantra.
Which I've always found ironic, because the fuck.
Well, I
I'll
mean,
just leave it like that. Like
the
seriously.
irony of the fuck. Okay.
Right.
But we're pitted against each other. And it seems like it's getting worse and worse by the day. Or should I say worse and worse by the meme, or worse and worse by the video clip, or worse and worse by the Facebook post, Instagram, whatever.
I think we have applauded, I'm not going to use the word toxic, bitterness.
That is a good point.
I think we have applauded bitterness so long, people don't understand that they're working out of a bitter space. That, I catch flight, not feelings. Like, right. Are you human? Like, everybody catch feelings, and it don't mean that you have to be stupid. I don't know. This is so loaded. Like, there's so many. This is an onion, seriously. Because
it's layers to it.
It's layers to this, because just because you catch feelings for somebody don't mean you have to be stupid.
Facts.
That whole ride or die culture, it was so dumb. And once we got to the meat and the potatoes of the fact that was dumb, and everybody, including me, like, yeah, I'm a ride or die.
No, the thing is, I don't think that the ride or die mantra is dumb. I just think that it's It's only dumb when you riding and dying for the wrong motherfucker. That's the difference. When you riding and dying for somebody that ain't willing to ride or die for you, or as I would say it, when you riding and dying for somebody that ain't willing to drive you to live,
that's my whole point. Like,
then you got the wrong person.
I don't want us to be riding and dying. Can we?
Let's drive. To live.
Can we cruise and live?
Fair enough. Fair enough. But as a result of that, we're at the point where men feel like they don't need women.
And
women feel like they don't need men. And I'm like, why?
And we go together like a hand and glove.
Fair. But it's at that point that we now come to the music. I got it right.
Thank you.
I got it right.
Hey.
I got it right.
After 3 years. Yes.
The music song of the week.
It's only been 2 years, but
is who's counting? The music song of the week is "The Fact Is I Need You" by Jill Scott. And quick side note, Black Mark pulled my card pre-show. I do realize, America, that we have a lot of Jill Scott songs that we go through. And yeah.
Do we?
Yeah. We've had a lot of Jill Scott on the show. And
Have we?
Yeah.
I done seen that one album cover at least 3 times.
In 2 weeks, in fact. 2 weeks ago.
Okay, maybe in the past 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Yeah.
And America, full disclosure, So sort of got a thing with Jill Scott.
So has a thing for a few people. Just let's put that out there, because So, if you her, I got a thing for her.
I do.
What about Sade?
I do.
What about Erykah Badu?
I do.
Yeah. So you see the trend here, right? Yeah. So likes women. So is not one of those people that be like, oh, I don't need a woman for anything.
Oh, I need them all.
No, you don't need them all.
No.
No.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay.
VD.
Okay. Which that the music song of the week is "The Fact Is I Need You" by Jill Scott.
I like that song.
I love that song. And one of the reasons that I love it is because it flies directly in the face of all this bullshit that people are talking nowadays. The impetus for the topic, though,
I didn't bring anything to drink.
Close to myself. For the song, for the so word of the week, impetus. Just a
Impotent.
fancy. Hit it again. Thank you.
Is it impotent?
No, it's not impotence.
What did you say?
Impetus. 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 It's a fancy way of saying the reason we doing this shit.
Okay.
The impetus for today's show was a video that I came across on social media. And the guy, we're going to play the audio for you. The guy that was talking brought up a point that I've thought in my head a lot of times, but I've never said out loud. And it is this. All of these people screaming, I catch flights, not feelings. These hoes ain't loyal. Fuck them. I could do bad by myself. Blah, blah, blah. All of this. Have they ever considered, and this is actually the first question that we could go into, have they ever considered what their life is going to be like at age 50, 60, 70?
Sadly, we have people in their 50, 60, 70.
Yeah, that haven't even thought about it.
Still saying these things.
But let's go ahead and...
You're almost dead.
We good, Mark? Let's go ahead.
I need you to get your life right. You're almost dead. You're
Yeah,
closer to the grave than
but-
you are.
And when you're 52
Here
and
we
you're
go.
past it with no grandchildren in a house by yourself and all your friends have grandchildren and this beautiful life, and you're sitting there by yourself, do you think the fact that you can afford a few extra Gucci bags is going to genuinely make you feel happy? I was at my grandmother's 93rd birthday. I looked there. My grandmother had 9 children, because there was my father and 8 more. They all had a bunch of kids. I stood there and I looked at my 93-year-old grandmother, and there was a room, a whole room full with maybe 7 people that came from that one woman. Isn't that remarkable? Nobody cared about her career. Nobody asked what job she did. Nobody asked how many times she went to the club. Nobody asked if she had time to go to festivals. No. You had 70 sentient beings, including myself, full of life from one woman who dedicated herself to being a mother and a good wife. That is beautiful. And when you're 52 and you're past it with no
he made valid points. Like his point was valid. And like, why are we here? So we live in a society where big mamas no longer exist, like, and nobody wants to be big mama. And when I say big mama, don't mean you necessarily have to have the fat angles. I know we live in that I'm a bad culture, but it don't mean that. It just means that you really hold the family down. And
for
I don't
you young motherfuckers,
right?
Be a Gigi then. Can we get a Gigi?
Well, by big mama, you just mean a matriarch.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. Size.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. Just to make it plain for those who didn't understand what I was coming from.
Right.
But somebody that literally just, they're there. They really take on leadership. It's a leadership role. And not in a way that you boss everybody around. We got some big mamas that do that. But everybody respect Big Mama, because Big Mama was always there and was there.
Santiago Smooth, what you delivering? You say you out delivering. What do you deliver? Who's that?
Oh yeah, what up though, Smooth? Are you delivering that 5th? I think
1, 2, 3, 4, 5th.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5th. Well, we got Ballroom Dre said he plead the 5th to that whole Robert Kelly thing.
I just bet you do.
Yeah, and Moral Support said get in the car and ride with me. And then we're gonna drink a 5th, playing on his words.
Well,
so then that's where Smooth came in and said he was delivering. So
fair enough.
Oh no.
yeah, we need him to come deliver here.
Facts on facts.
Come on,
but
Smooth.
listen to your point, and I'm gonna ask this question, and then we're gonna get into the lyrics of the song. I completely understand. You pulled from the video that, you know, we don't have the big mamas no more, the matriarchs and the leaders, the glue of the family.
Yes.
Which is a valid point. But the thing is, nowadays, we're at a point where people, with this talk, they don't even want the family.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody wants to be that. That was my whole point. And I went straight to Big Mama because I don't know about anybody else that's 45 or in their 40s, 50s, even in their 30s. You might have some in their 30s, maybe. That she was key. You know what I'm saying? This person was key. That grandfather, that uncle that just took care of everybody. These people played major roles in our lives, and they meant something. When you lost them, it hurt the family. So right now in your family, who can you run to when you need, I don't care, encouraragement, money? True. It seemed like these people were miracle workers.
So, and let's make it a more overarching point.
Okay.
The concept of family, whether it be big mama, auntie, whoever, the concept of family is starting to become more and more foreign to people. And in order to get to family, you have to start with a relationship.
Yeah.
You have to start somewhere. So it's with that, the question that I want to ask, first off, do people even consider or care what their life is going to be like when they get older without a companion?
In this microwavable society that we live in?
Yeah.
No.
They don't.
They're not thinking about it. They thinking about right now. Instant gratification.
I catch flights, not feelings. These hoes ain't loyal. You know, bros over hoes or whatever cliche you want to go with. That right there, you asking, where's Big Mama, where's Unc, so forth? Well, they don't exist because people aren't forming the bonds and the relationships to create them.
And another thing, big portion of that's missing. One of the reasons why I mentioned the matriarchs, like your big mamas, there's so many chiefs, no Indians in the family. Like
Nobody's
everybody
willing to work.
Like the 2-year-old even want to tell you what to do. They don't want to. I ain't got this. Little 2-year.
Right.
Like I would kick you down a flight of stairs.
Also,
not literally, but
yeah, no, I mean literally. Keep talking.
I'm not gonna kick the baby down the
I'm
stairs.
with the late great Bernie Mac. I'm certified to fuck a kid up.
I mean,
Never mind.
yeah. I might sock your head, but that's about it.
Let's get into the lyrics, man. Because the thing is, it appears that, yeah, people don't care. They care more about themselves. They care more about...
Absolutely, Dre. Who is the glue in your family?
Yeah. And in order to get to that glue, you got to start
somewhere. You got to build a relationship.
Grandma got to meet granddaddy, and they got to have the kids that's going to have the kids that's going to have the kids. It got to start somewhere. And if you too busy catching flights instead of feelings, guess what? Ain't gonna be no granddaddy, ain't gonna be no big mama, which means ain't gonna be no sons, no daughters, which means ain't gonna be no grandkids. 50 years down the line, you can't start this.
And the crazy part, and we're saying there's not gonna be no grandkids, they're not gonna be this, but literally you have people who aren't parenting, who are parents.
And that actually becomes worse because 50 years down the line, you will have kids, but they don't have family.
Exactly. So either way, right now, we're going down an effed up road.
It seems
I mean, I'm
way.
just saying.
Yeah. Let's get into the lyrics. So, let me preface 2 things. First off, again, and I mean it this week, I'm not singing it. That's 1. 2,
he's gonna sing it.
I'm not gonna sing it. But more importantly, this song was written.
He gonna sing it.
I'm not gonna sing it. This song was written by Jill Scott. I'm not going to sing it. This song was written by Jill Scott. So it came from a woman's perspective, but it's not, the perspective isn't gender specific.
No.
So I want that to be very, very known as I read these lyrics. Here we go. It starts off here. I can pay my own light bill, pump my own gas in my own car. I can handle my own shoe collection. I've been blessed thus far. I can kill the spider above my bed, although it's hard because I'm scared. I can even stain and polyurethane, but some things just don't change. I need you. She's talking to her man. What it's saying is this. I can be great in my own lane, on my own. I don't need you to be great. What I need you for is to enhance my life. And you need me to enhance your life. And we enhance each other's life. And we need each other because down the line, and we'll go to verse 2, there's going to be another generation behind us.
Yep. But you know where she started off from? A humble place.
Sure. Absolutely. Which is also another tenet that is missing nowadays.
Yes.
Humility is lost on a lot of generations nowadays. So I mentioned the second verse. Here's the second verse. I can buy my own groceries. I can get my hair tight, nails right. I can floss my own bling bling. Write the words to the songs I sing. I can even raise, here we go. I can even raise the child we'll make. Make sure he's loved and know that God gave us. Make sure he knows what God gave us. I can teach him how to walk and stand. But he needs you to help him be a man.
Period.
And here's one, I want to say it because when I read it, it might fall on deaf ears, but when you hear it, the song, go check this song out. This last little caveat to this verse, important. The first verse said, "I need you," right? The second verse, when she gets to the vamp, it says,
We need you.
Need you.
Yes.
It also says, ladies, pay attention. So hard to say, we need you. She reiterates it. Some things don't change. Point of it all, I do not understand, and this is the second question. How do we get here? How do we get to the point where men and women feel that they don't need each other? How? What happened? I understand, in the 70s. Yeah, and I was just about to, in the 70s, there, especially for black folks, there was this whole woman's empowerment thing, and I don't need a man. I could cook up, I could make the bacon fried up in a pan, blah, 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 all of that shit. And then in the 80s, the reality hits, and niggas literally started getting yanked out of houses in the 80s and the 90s. And now we're here where that's like the default now. I don't need you, but you do.
Yeah, and I think, like Mark said, Black Mark, said, it is conditioning, because I grew up during a time where all I heard was things like bros over hoes and all these ain't, and
Yeah.
and it just was a degrading of so much degrading of women, and how men don't need them. I don't need you to do this. I got a bunch of you, and it's like there was no. I'm that would be a lie if I say it was love music, but in those particular songs, you didn't hear a lot of loving things, and these are songs that I felt I was pushed. It was almost like force fed this music.
Yeah, back in the day when we had the hyper emasculated man,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
The
Yeah.
thug dude, right?
Yeah.
It was like, now we got to turn him down. We got to turn the volume down on that super hardcore thugged out, strong man. And now we got to introduce the feminine man, right? And then replace that with the masculine strong woman, because now,
And that's what I was about to say right there.
The women have become stronger and masculine now as a response to
And over sexualized and
yeah, all of that as a response to not only the men being hard, but the men responding to that over sexualization. We've been conditioned to be attracted to that, to want that. Because that's all what we've been seeing.
Exactly.
So, now we got the over hardcore thugged out masculine woman now.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the softer, emasculated man out here is now with the
Facts.
to flip the script.
And
Now we got a lot of the real women saying, well, damn, now where are the men at? You know what I'm saying? And now the men looking like, well, where are the real women at? You know what I mean? The women are too manly, or too this or too that. And the women are looking at the men like, well, the men are too soft and don't do this and don't do that.
To your point.
We've been brainwashed. You know what I'm saying? I say we, not include myself in that, but us as a people, as a culture,
whole, yeah.
You know what I'm saying, have been conditioned and brainwashed into that mentality, into that way of thinking
Yeah.
and living.
And
that answers the
that's
question.
And I'm going to tell you this. I had a conversation with my man, and I was telling him, I said, you know what? I am an aggressive woman. I said, I've been told this. One thing my mom taught me is that if majority of the people around you are telling you something and it sounds the same, that means that there's some truth to it. So take heed to it. So women and men around me say that I'm aggressive. For various reasons why I'm probably aggressive, but nevertheless, for whatever reason with him, I don't feel like I have to be so hard. I can really lay back and just be a woman, be a female, like just.
Fair enough. And you know what? If Outkast Outer Wild soundtrack had a song that they did called "Take Off Your Cool," if a lot of women who have as you all have stated, have been conditioned to be this aggressive, hard, shell of themselves. If they could just take off their cool, just a little bit,
and they can't take it off because they don't realize it's something that they put on. They don't realize, they think that this is just them. This is
because they were born into it.
Yeah, they were, and this is just
Fair.
a result of their environment, experiences, things they went through, and things that they've seen. So this is not like, oh, this is something that I just woke up and said, oh, I'm gonna be like this. This is me. So to tell them to change that, you know what I mean, it'd be like,
right. And you can't tell them to change it. So, like for me, it's not. I
like what Mark said. You are who you are, but we're not asking for a change. Tone it down.
But this is what I'm getting to, so you can understand it a little bit better. It's not telling somebody to change something. I had to get in a space of feeling secure. Once I felt like I was secure, I didn't feel like I had to be on guard.
Big.
And that's huge.
It is. But here's the thing about the feeling secure. You have to, and this is the thing about relationships. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna read a couple of comments from Facebook. But the thing about feeling secure, you have to allow yourself. It's not something that's going to happen that's just going to make you feel secure. You have to put yourself in a space and allow yourself.
A person have to realize.
Yeah, you have to realize.
A person have to realize. A person ain't gonna change. You can't lead a horse to water, but can't make it drink. Right? The horse has to want to drink.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So a person is not going to change if they don't realize that they haven't diagnosed the problem within themselves. You know what I mean?
Right. Exactly.
There's no way for them to change. So you have to work first, observe if this person is even someone that you can even penetrate with the information that'll make them realize, they're,
that there's a change or tone down that's necessary. Right. Let me read first and foremost. Marshall L.M. Hughes, hello. Amanda Panda, hey. Lily Too Cute Jefferson, what up, though? Thank y'all for tuning in. Marshall, you love that song because it fits your heart's directive.
That's nice.
That is an interesting way to put it. Kudos to you. And you know what? I'm not going to lie to you. From a male or masculine perspective, it fits my heart's perspective, my heart's directive as well. Because I would love for somebody to feel that way about me. Manda Panda, I'm assuming you say no. I'm assuming you were talking about, do people consider what life is going to be like them, like for them years down the road? Yeah, and no, they don't consider it. And that is a very, very unfortunate thing. It's an unfortunate thing for them. It's an unfortunate thing for anybody that they might be around. It's an unfortunate thing for any kids they might have, because they're going to retrain and recondition those kids with the same thing that caused them to feel that they shouldn't have anybody.
Santiago, we on 7 and Van Dyke, man. He said, I keep
pull up.
He said, I keep the Duce on that.
He on that yak. Lily Too Cute Jefferson, you make an interesting point, and this is something that I'm sure nobody ever really considered or had to consider until nowadays. Too many genders are changing. Lily, I'm gonna tell you something. This ain't the show that we wanted to have, but you make a very valid point. I'll say it this way. We live in a society nowadays where I'm sure every generation has said that we live in a society where anything goes. But I'm almost certain that now is the epitome.
Anything
goes.
Anything goes. I mean, I can
literally anything.
I don't even want to go there, but
and we're not going because it's going to take us down a whole nother path.
That's why I said let me stop.
But Lily, I want to say to you, agreed. I hear you, and we had to read that comment. Let's go. All right, so because we've been bouncing around, but
We've been on topic. We just
no.
talking about different
We've
things.
been on topic, but I had a particular order, and we done went on, and it's cool because y'all brought out some really, really good points. Let me ask this question: are people setting themselves up? Because I asked how we got here, but regardless of how we feel we got here, we're here. Let me ask, are people setting themselves up to be lonely because of unrealistic relationship expectations?
I'm going to say yes.
I believe some people are. A lot of people are.
I'm going to say yes. And not even necessarily realizing it until they find themselves alone. And you could be alone in a relationship.
That's fair.
You can. Because if you're in a, like you said, unrealistic relationship, and you've come with these false narratives and what's a facade that you done put on yourself, that's not even you. You're going to find yourself in a 15-year marriage and lonely.
That's fair.
And then another thing, and y'all know I like to throw this out there every now and again. Man,
Oh, shit.
we really have to deal with our trauma, y'all. A lot of this stuff, like I said at the beginning of the show, comes from bitterness, and we've applauded bitterness because misery loves company, right? So we applaud bitterness, and we're here now with everybody. Yeah, I'm doing this. I'm gonna do me. I do me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that YOLO used to trip me out because
you only live once.
You only live once. That's cool for every now and again, but your whole life shouldn't be YOLO, yo.
Fair.
Yo, who?
YOLO.
You said low. I heard you.
I
love
said,
it.
I thought she said your whole
She
life
said-
shouldn't be YOLO,
No,
yo.
she said-
As in, it shouldn't be
said-
low,
she-
YOLO,
she-
yo.
She said your whole life shouldn't be
Be-
low, yo.
no, I said YOLO, yo.
No, don't try to switch
Oh,
it.
No,
we
no,
gonna have to roll
no.
back to that
Beautiful
bean
bean footage.
We gonna have to- and I don't know, but I do get the point.
If you the only high one here, let's put that out there. So you could be hearing any damn thing. Okay, so can we put that out there?
You gotta boom, boom, boom your damn self on that one. No, but yeah, truth. A lot of these mantras have been taken to the extreme, and when they carry over into real life, like for real life, like your day-to-day life, it sets up a whole bunch of unrealistic dynamics.
Yeah, definitely.
Nah, a lot of this stuff goes hand in hand, and I didn't really think about it until y'all brought up the word conditioning. Are people setting themselves up to be lonely because of unrealistic relationship expectations? Yeah, but entering conditioning, they don't even realize that they're doing it.
No, they don't.
They don't even see. They actually think that these unrealistic expectations are the norm. They think that this is what it's supposed to be, and it's been ramping up to this year after year, decade after decade, generation after generation, and we're here now.
And go ahead.
No, so that leads me to this question, which is, how can we reverse that conditioning? I mean, it's of course it's gonna have to start on a ground level, but I'm talking about logistic, day-to-day, individual, you to the next man, me to the next woman. How can we start to reverse those conditionings?
I have two parts. One,
Okay, hit
when
me.
you say individually you want to start within yourself first.
Okay.
Secondly, what the hell is wrong with love? What's up with love? The most easiest thing that we naturally do,
Love has become more and more and
run
more
away
and more
from.
and more conditional over the years.
And I was gonna say,
It's
if
not
you're
love.
but if you're conditioned not to do it, you don't know.
But that's
What
my-
I'm saying
the concept
what
of
I'm saying is
love.
people only love people based off of something that they can get out of them now.
That's-
It's not unconditional now.
Right.
That's what I mean by conditional. It's based off of what I get from you. It's not
Right.
based on how I just you being who you are as a person, or how I feel about you or how you feel about me. You know what I mean? It's just it's materialistic. Love has become material based now, damn near.
Right.
About everything.
And that's not love. Like when we're born, that's why so many times when people talk about different subjects like racism, they say racism is taught, like hate is taught, because you see little kids. Now there's some bad kids out here, and kids do have to be taught not to do certain things.
Call me.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But as a whole, the kids are just loving in nature. They want love.
It's innate.
Yeah. So when we get to a certain place where we're not just naturally doing that, there's a problem.
But here's the thing about it, and I agree. But here's the thing about it, and we've been dancing around it all night for the whole show. That innate love that you're talking about, from day one, it gets conditioned out of people.
Right.
Because
that goes to my next point. When
all
I get back.
all of the mantras. The definition of a good man is somebody that has what? Money, good job, this, that, and the third, blah, 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 got to be X, Y, and Z.
You don't say anything about characteristics.
Right. The definition of a good woman who's going to do this, and this. Doesn't speak to her character whatsoever.
Right.
And all of those things get legislated out of that innate love characteristic that you're born with.
Right. And I feel like, I hate to say our parents were right, but I feel like a lot of the stuff we see on TV, a lot of the music we hear, a lot of this stuff has a lot to do with it. It's like, because when we were saying fight the powers that be and doing different things, we wearing medallions and stuff like that, then they flipped all the way around, and that whole concept of loving yourself and doing right by your community and doing right by your brother and step to the man went from that to hoes ain't nothing but whatever the hell. But you get what I'm saying.
I do. And there's been, we've had this conversation.
Yeah.
And we actually might have to bring this conversation to air soon. I don't put as much of it on the music as you do, but I do get your point. Not just music.
I'm talking about
TV,
about the videos,
media.
the media.
Yeah.
And but people imitate art. They imitate art. Thank you. I mean, I can mess up sometimes. Pimps mess up, but life imitate art. So there's a lot of times people really just imitate the things that they see, and if they don't have nothing else to go on, just like I noticed, just myself noticing growing up in the hood, that if it wasn't for the fact that I actually had family members that didn't live in the hood and I didn't go off and see different things, I would have really thought that what I seen in the hood was all there was, because that's all I had known. So if all you've known and all you've been looking at, you see people, men and women, dads and moms, sit their kids in front of the TV, they watching any old thing and listening to WAP and all this other stuff.
True.
What this kid gonna grow? What are you conditioning your child to do? So when I say that, if you don't have any type of censorship, when they took away censorship just in general, I think that was one of the worst things that we did.
All right, and so that we don't stray too far off topic, I'm gonna say this and then go back to the comments. Nah, and this is, like I said, this is something for us to actually, in the future show, we could definitely have this conversation. The stuff that you see on TV did not just come out of thin air. You say that life imitates art. The philosophical counter to that is art imitates life. Mm-hmm. So it's a circle, but that's going down another wormhole. I get how it relates to what we're talking about today, as far as the reasoning for why we are where we are.
How people are conditioned to think the way they do.
Lily, yep, you are absolutely right, and everybody knows it. It's one of the worst kept secrets. Yeah, you can be married and single, and not literally one or one and the other, but you could be married and feel like you're alone in your marriage. Yeah, that happens all the time, and ironically, that may very well be why a lot of married people act like they're single. See the play on words there?
Wow.
It could happen. Marshall, our people need to fight this conditioning in order to love and be loved. I agree. Marshall. I think we all agree. But the real question is, how do we fight it? How do we change this narrative? How do we change this conditioning? Because believe it or not, this conditioning is generational. It didn't just start yesterday or with social media.
Leading by example.
Yeah.
Leading by example. But I think both of those are very viable solutions, except for to lead by example, you have to know that you've been, and again, this is stuff that we've been dancing around all show. You have to know that you're conditioned. You have to know that you have the issue. You have to know that you're sick.
Education first. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't see that. People don't understand. They don't get it. You know what I mean? So there have to be brought examples and shown different ways. So
how would you give me a viable education platform that we could use for this? Because this ain't math. This ain't science. This is something that's way more nuanced.
I mean, there's someone. I mean, because now we're in a day and age now of everybody, watching videos, right?
Uh-huh.
So, and we know how the documentary just made the impact that the documentary of Negroes to Hebrews.
Caused a shitstorm. Shout out Kyrie.
So just if we had someone that could document the right information and put it together in the piece that can be delivered through a medium that a lot of people could see without all the red tape. It would be readily available for them. Like this Hebrew to Negro shit was buried basically. You know, until Kyrie brought it out. You know, he's tweeted it, and now everybody's talking about it.
Right.
So, and there's plenty of other situations. Other pieces of content which I'm sure expound on this very thing that we're talking about, but it's just not known about.
It's not known about.
You know
that,
so
and you know what?
Thing, you know what I'm saying? Education and leading by example. We have to be educated on certain things, as such as some of this information is out there. A lot of the information is out there, but a lot of our people just don't know it on the mass scale. You know what I mean? Where it's at, where to find it, and
Agree. Well, here's something that I can say, and it's not directly on topic, but it's sort of kind of adjacent to what we're talking about, and this is directly for black folk. One thing that sort of kind of lives right under the surface of black culture is interracial dating. So here's my little nugget.
No, you didn't go there.
This is my little nugget of education. Mark mentioned education, so here goes my little nugget of education that most folks probably don't know, or because of what they've been conditioned to believe, they don't think that it's the truth. Mm-hmm. There's a whole, and you brought Kyrie up right on time. Kanye had the one lyric where when he get on, he gonna leave your ass for a white girl, right? Well, here's the little nugget of wisdom and education. 87% of black men and 93% of black women that are successful date within their race.
Nationality.
You can't. Well, I mean.
I know. That irks me. That
well,
race.
I mean, only reason I put it that way, or I would assume the only reason they put it that way is because, you might have a woman from Atlanta that marries a Nigerian dude. That's still a black man and a black woman. Mm-hmm. You feel me? And different nationalities.
Right.
Nonetheless, it's not this trope of we gotta get a white woman or black women gotta get a white. That's not true. Never been true. and probably never will be true.
But you know what? Everything when it pertains to black people in general, it's always exaggerated. Let 5 black men do something. Oh, black men. Black men do this. Let 5 black women do something. Oh,
that's probably part of the conditioning. All of this, I'm of the belief that all of this stuff feeds into everything else. Let's see here. Okay. Marshall, turn off the propaganda. Let's get in touch with who you are and how you feel without a constant bombardment of being entertained. Interesting point. I think I don't disagree with you, Marshall. But I think that's probably, you can't unspill the milk. I think that's probably pie in the sky thinking. We're at a point in this world where people will probably turn to social media for their news before they turn on a television or read a newspaper. So you sort of kind of got to meet people where they're at. You can't just turn it off because it's always going to be there. Even if, say, you and your family turn it off, or you and your guy, you and your kids, or whomever turn it off,
and still others,
they're going to go out into the world and they're going to hear about it from somewhere else, and it's going to entice them. And that I can't lie, that is an enticement, even for me. That for instance, I don't tweet, but do I have an account? Yep. Do I tap into it every now and again? Yep. Do I get sucked in every now? Yep. It's unfortunately, this is the world that we're in. So finding a way to combat that, as well as the actual issue of understanding that men need the love of their women and women need the love of their men, and a bunch of other traditional issues that we've gotten away from and been conditioned to not consider.
I'm sorry, guys. We have a special delivery.
I'll be goddamn. Bro, son literally showed up. Son pulled up. America. My man was in the chats talking about he out delivering. I don't even know what he's about to deliver. But son done pulled up and is delivering what he said. Duce. We are about to get some Duce. I didn't even get his name because I'm on
Santiago.
Smooth. My guy for life from here on out. Pulled up with the yak for us.
So now this show is potentially sponsored by
Santiago Smooth and Duce. My man
should have brought him in and let him sit on the panel.
Right.
Look like that's what happened. That's what happened. That's what's happening.
From the comments to the studio.
You might as well have a seat. You here now?
Pull up, brother.
Yes, pull up. You pull all the way up.
America, we got Santiago.
Sit in this seat over here, bro. Sit in that seat so you be on that.
Santiago in the building.
This one.
No, the next one. Yeah.
Okay. So you be on this mic.
Okay. What's happening, brother? This is a Face the Music first.
You know what? I've heard about this.
What's happening, my man?
What's going on, Mr. Smooth?
Get your headphones on and talk to us real quick.
Okay. Hold on, let me get that right.
Not the hair.
This one here, Mark?
No, the ones right there in the middle.
Oh, right
The
here.
ones in the middle.
In the middle. Oh, the middle side.
There you go.
Middle's fine with me.
Stay on the right side of that mic so that camera can see.
Stay on the right side.
No, where your right hand. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Now you're blocking them.
I'm blocking them. Other way?
Yep.
That way? There we go.
There you go.
Sweet.
All right, America. Introducing.
America.
What's up?
Introducing.
Hey, I didn't expect none of this.
Smooth.
Santiago.
I was coming here to deliver.
Smooth.
Smooth is here.
What's up,
He
brother?
pulled up.
for y'all just tuning in, America, we were talking a lot of shit earlier, and this man literally called us on our bullshit
And pulled up.
Oh, ain't no bullshit here.
No bull. Clearly,
bullshit here.
clearly no
I keep
bullshit.
this on
How
me,
you,
man.
sir?
I'm doing well, man. I stay busy.
My
Yeah.
God.
Well,
Well, listen,
you
bro.
came in just enough time because I think we're about wrapping it up. Aren't we?
Yeah,
Hey.
but let's get
Wrapping it up is good.
since we now have a guest star. Let's just run it back real quick and get your answers on a couple of things.
Okay.
Let's start
Hope
with.
I got him. Hope I got him.
Yeah, I know you got it. Let's start with question number 1.
Dang, it's multiple choice.
Always pick C.
How do we get to the point where men and women feel like they don't need each other? Let me just start. Do you think that men and women in general feel like they don't need each other?
Well, they say it a lot, but I
Yeah.
really don't think deep down they believe that we don't need each other, because we need both our hands, right? We need a
Oh,
left,
God.
we need a right.
Come on now.
So we were made to be on here to be coupled, but now you got generations. I guess somehow we got to the point where they really talking about we don't need each other. But hey, some things you just can't help.
You know what, bro? And this is before the do say, people. This man is learned. My guy.
Come on now.
All right, let's hit question number 2.
Number 2.
Do people consider or care what their lives will be like without a companion when they get older?
It's funny. It's crazy. It's crazy because they only don't realize that until they get older,
And then it's too late.
and then when it's always too late, because we always look for that. Like the girls, they want the bad boy,
Yeah.
younger, but when they get older, they realize that bad boy wasn't it. Now they want the good guy when they get older.
Yeah.
And he gone already.
Yeah. He done found somebody that understood. And he
always
got
try-
his whole family on the other side of town, right?
Somebody always trying to get on the plane when to take off. And why?
Yeah,
That's not
man.
the way it works.
Yeah, man.
Come on with the
I
knowledge.
swear. All right. Here goes question number 3.
Trey piece.
Are people setting themselves up to be lonely in the future because of unrealistic relation expectations?
Affirmative. Yes.
Oh,
I mean, you got to understand because.
salute.
I mean, why not? Because you got to think about
He
it.
said, "Why not?"
Like in the Bible, I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody, you know what I'm saying,
I
don't
mean, you
believe
did pull up with the
everything.
communion wine, but
That is true. But hey, I came to deliver. So,
oh, man.
but I'm gonna say this. Now you got me up. Wow. I'm gonna say this though. In the Bible, it already tells us what we're supposed to do. God knows us before we were even created.
Come on now.
Facts.
I mean, you got to understand, man was here to provide, to protect,
yeah,
and to help procreate and fill the
yeah,
earth.
yeah,
You know, we need women to do that.
yeah.
But it's like, in the same, I'm pretty sure in that same scripture down the line, it's talking about what women are supposed to be doing too. But
Right.
It's always, everybody always talking about what men are supposed to do. We already know. We getting it from both sides. Can we have women that say what women are supposed to do? And they always asking, what are women supposed to do? You're supposed to know that already.
Well, I mean, you know
our-
what?
That's where I don't
That's
get too
where the
many women
conditioning
say
com-
that.
That's
but
where the
Exactly.
conditioning comes in. But if you speak of it from
Exactly.
I saw what you did there.
biblical reference, I mean, yeah, the man is the head, but in that same scripture it says that the woman is the helpmate, which means if you the head, she helping you turn the neck. It's a matter of literally working as a team. The body works as a team. You said you got 2 hands. Yep. If you cut off you could have your right hand, you cut off your left hand, your life is going to be
Short.
if you got
Come on
your
now.
right hand, you cut off your left hand, your
right.
if you got your
Nobody missed the will
your
until the
leg, but you don't
watermelon
got
try.
your foot. All of the everything
have to hop on the good
works. Everything
You
is
gotta
supposed
get
to
on the
work
good
together. Listen,
I like these questions though.
you bro. I wish you'd have pulled up earlier. Swear.
I don't ever get the memo, but
Hey, but
I'm
it's
usually
cool.
I'm usually
I'm
work,
not
I'm
saying-
usually working at this time, so I'm usually
That's
catching
alright.
y'all when I'm in the break room somewhere. But you know, I've been my boy, you know, Derek be down here holding it down. So
Yeah, Mr. Moral Support.
Mr. Moore support. What up,
Yes,
though?
sir. I'm glad.
Mr. Dre, what's
All
going
right,
on? How you feeling?
because we done sort of kind of dwindled it down,
Yeah.
but I want to let me
Are y'all gonna pull
a
up? I
couple
came
of-
here for a reason.
Oh.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. We
Yeah.
finna get to it.
Hey, I'm just saying.
America, we getting down to the end of the show because we got business to handle. But before we do, let me do
What you gonna
something
do?
real quick.
What you gonna
Oh
do?
no, I would.
You was reading without your
First
sex
off,
effects.
no, I wanted to sort of kind of vet the comment before I said it because it's Tia in the comments.
What up,
Tia,
though, Tia?
Hey, boo.
Talking about
I'm
her
not
right
reading.
too.
I'm not
Hey,
reading that
hold on,
shit
hold
you
on,
just
hold on,
said.
hold on. What's going on, Miss Beautiful T? How you
Oh
doing?
my God, Smooth. That's how he got the name Smooth. Y'all
There you
see
go.
that?
Hey, you know what? I'm not gonna answer how I got that name, but
You know what? Yeah.
Mr. Moral Support and Beautiful T are the ones gonna have to do it. Cause I fought against that name for a long time, and he would tell you.
Smooth
But
is smooth
some
though.
things just stick. Even when y'all kids, everybody got nicknames. They didn't choose them. I'm
Smooth
pretty
is
sure.
smooth.
Here you go, sir.
Smooth is smooth.
You didn't want it in your red cup?
Nah,
Because he got.
the show was initially potentially sponsored by Tito's, but now we're gonna have to switch it up. America,
Dark only.
let's go ahead and fade to black real quick. I just want to leave y'all with some parting shots.
Speak.
You are going to be older a lot longer